Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today, the calendar has flipped to November, and we've got an intriguing matchup on tap, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And let's go ahead and keep this one simple. He had one of the most impressive rookie seasons in NFL history. A true dual-threat quarterback. He can beat you a variety of ways. Took his team to the conference championship last season, trying to take them to the Super Bowl in year 2.
Throwing right away is Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now a 2nd and 6. To throw is Daniels. Under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Daniels. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Aiden Hutchinson drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And it wasn't that long ago that there were a lot of conversations about whether Jared Goff was truly going to be a frontline starter in the NFL. And he has proven all of those critics wrong. He's taken his game up big notches in the last few years. Now what he needs to do, sustain that success in the regular season come playoff time.
Right side to Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Another run for Gibbs here. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to throw, Goff.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Goff now looks to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Daniels looking to throw.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Here's Daniels.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's taken down inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's another Washington first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
They'll run here with a rookie.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Lions 3.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
So they'll get nothing out of that play. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now gone.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Javon Kinlaw. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. A good balanced attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Now Daniel's going to keep it.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
On 1st down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To the air goes Daniels. He's got the connection to Moore. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And a strong run there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
2nd and 4. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's another Washington 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Krosky-Merritt going to try and push his way in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And they are able to add on to their advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score.
So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. Goff now looking to throw.
He's got right on the short throw.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4. St. Brown motioning left.
Here's Goff. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Again, Goff.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Gibbs. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. To throw is gone. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Counter play, here's Gibbs.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
3rd and 5.
Goff now to throw. And that is incomplete.
The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Bates' kick is good.
And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Oh, he shifts past him.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Washington offense back out there. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
That's good for a Commander's first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw again. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop the throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
It's 4th down.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The second half starts with a run by Gibbs. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down and 3. Gone. That's complete right side. It's too slow. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. But now he appears to be in some pain.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Lions first
now
down.
What we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
At the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 3.
Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Four yards to go on 2nd down from the 7.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Montgomery will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here.
The Lions will
Goff looking to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Here's Krosky Merritt to start the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to Krosky Merritt on first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Daniels. Open man is the tight end, John Bates.
A gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Slings this deep from McLaurin.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gay is on for the point after. And that makes it a 9-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Lions first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Lions.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Gone.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Lions first down. A gain of 7. First down, Detroit.
Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now gone.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Goff.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line.
Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Montgomery back to the ground. There for the tackle, Jacob Martin.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now gone.
Montgomery hauling in the slant pass.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Lions first down.
Here's Goff.
That's complete to Laporta.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Here's Goff. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. David Montgomery. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Daniels looking to throw.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Daniels.
That is caught. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
With a give to Krosky Merritt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
To the air goes Daniels. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
brings up third down.
This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And that's caught inside the 30. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Merritt. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Important extra point up and through. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining.
Lions 19.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down by 9. A minute 52 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Over the middle, he's got to Slaw. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Here comes second down at 5. Now it's gone. Able to complete it to Montgomery. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Goff now to throw. St. Brown on the catch. And he is going to have the Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
Now Goff. And that's caught by Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at their 48-yard line.
Here's second and a yard.
Gone. Short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's first down.
To the air again. Gone.
Complete to Jameson Williams. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the Commanders' 38-yard line.
Second and a couple.
Here's Goff.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
One last throw here for Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.